the goal of this ACH training, especially if it's your first time learning ACH, is just to dive right in. I actually don't recommend writing notes, just dive because you'll have these slides anyway in the future. And yeah, I like to think of it as like, how do you learn how to swim? You just jump in the water and then you kind of learn how to tread, right? And so that's what we'll be doing today, and especially if it's your first time watching this. And then once you actually start to get the hang of it, once you start practicing, then you can go back to these slides, and then you'll have the more conscious awareness with the theory. It really is the best way to learn. So the first thing, obviously, with any training, come to this with a beginner's mindset, whatever training you've had in the past or whatever you think, even your nursing training or any yoga training as well, like pretend that you just put that to aside, and we're going to learn completely new. It's going to be backwards, but you'll learn that everything clicks because the principles of ACH actually is very much life principles as well. So it's going to be good. So what is the difference between just traditional hypnosis and ACH? I know, Rena, you don't have any hypnosis training. You don't really need it, as I mentioned to you before, because we don't actually focus on the hypnosis for ACH. We focus on the breakthrough and giving our clients the breakthrough. And just in general, because it is in the name, hypnosis. What is hypnosis? What does it mean to be in a hypnotic state? A hypnotic state is just when your attention is focused on something. So if it's ourselves, if we put ourselves in a self-hypnotic state, we are drawing our attention somewhere. And that's really what it is. So if you're the ACH practitioner, what your role is really is to just take your client's attention and focus it on the right things. And in particular, what we're going to be doing in ACH is just to get our clients internal, like look internally, find your answers internally. And this is pretty much the skill set that you learn throughout the ACH. And so what we focus on, instead of the techniques, instead of getting them to relax or go back to a memory, we focus the client's attention on their actual problem. Because when we focus their attention on their problem, then they'll look at it in different ways, see different perspectives that they have not seen before, and then that breaks that knot, that breaks that whole loop. And so when that loop breaks, that's when the rewiring starts, because then they'll find new solution and new ways of thinking, being, acting, behaving, etc. New thoughts come out. And really the main goal overall, when you come into each of your hypnosis sessions with your clients, or you can call it subconscious rewiring, subconscious reprogramming. You don't really have to call it hypnosis, to be honest. It doesn't look like hypnosis. But whenever you come into your ACH session with your clients, the main question you want to ask yourself is that, so my client has this problem, and we know that our problems are unconscious. How do we get their client's unconscious mind to reveal what this payoff is? So for example, it's like smoking, something like smoking, right? We logically know smoking is bad for us, but that client obviously is still smoking. So what is the unconscious mind holding on to that's preventing them from stopping the smoking? These are the questions that we're going to ask. And in day 2, we'll really focus on the breakthroughs itself, like what constitutes a breakthrough. How do you know when your client has a breakthrough? That's day 2, that's tomorrow. But this is just something that you want to keep in your keep at the back of your mind. Like, what is the subconscious mind holding on to, and how can we get the client subconscious to accept something new, to look things differently and accept change? Because it's just that one little shift, one little choice that can really just change someone's life. Like, we're really focusing on the tiny details with ACH.